Republicans fall prey to a massive Russian disinformation campaign. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. It is personally very upsetting for me to think about, but there are some people in this world who have so much hatred in their heart, they are willing to believe anything that makes their perceived opponent look bad. The validity of the allegations do not matter. What matters to these cynical lowlifes is whether they can weaponize the information in order to help themselves and further their cause. It is totally acceptable to vociferously disagree with President Joe Biden and all of his policy positions. You can conclude he has not been a good president of the United States and will not be voting for him in November. But the notion that this 81-year-old lifetime public servant who served dutifully for 8 years as vice president to America's first black president is somehow a corrupt, evil man who is on the take is ludicrous. Joe Biden has lived the most exemplary of lives, fighting for his family and his country every single day. Has he always gotten it right? Of course not. No one does. But has he shown contrition when he has made mistakes? Yes, countless times over. And has he tried to understand where others are coming from, even to the frustration of his own party? Yes, again. Yet despite his more than 8-decade-long track record of being a good, honorable person, far too many Republicans remain intent on trying to destroy him by any means necessary. And that shameful desperation explains why Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill, along with their allies in the media, fell prey to a massive Russian disinformation campaign. According to a brand new court filing, the main witness in the Republican effort to impeach President Biden has admitted to prosecutors that the lies he spread about Biden and his son Hunter were fed to him by Russian intelligence. This bombshell disclosure, coming after the Republican witness was charged last week with fabricating claims to the FBI that Biden and his son each sought millions of dollars in bribes from a Ukrainian energy company in exchange for protecting that company from prosecution. Those lies were the foundation of the House Republican effort to impeach President Biden, and now we know where they came from. Russia. The war-weary country led by autocrat Vladimir Putin is desperate to oust President Biden due to his steadfast support for Ukraine, which Putin remains intent on capturing. So what does Putin apparently do? He gets soulless House Republicans to do his bidding for him, feeding them lies about President Biden and getting them to destroy Biden's reputation right before he faces re-election. Prosecutors writing yesterday in a court filing that the Republican witness has been, quote, actively peddling new lies that could impact U.S. elections after meeting with Russian spies last year, and that the fallout from his false bribery accusations about the Bidens, quote, continues to be felt to this day. Helping House Republicans push Russian propaganda against President Biden has been their allies in the media. Despite settling a nearly $800 million defamation lawsuit just last year, Fox News has extensively promoted the baseless Biden bribery allegations and called for his impeachment. Apparently, that historic settlement was not enough, because the clowns over at Fox continue to lie with impunity and have almost entirely avoided updating their viewers that they were likely duped by a Russian disinformation campaign. Meanwhile, while a growing number of House Republicans are reportedly coming to terms with the realization they are not going to be able to impeach Biden with Russian propaganda, Trump's biggest congressional allies refuse to admit defeat.
Do you take back what you said about the president's involvement in a bribery scheme now that Alexander Smirnov is proven to have made it up and it was based off Russian intelligence?
Doesn't change the four fundamental facts. Hunter Biden was put on the board of Burisma, gets paid $1 million a year.
You said the 1023 is the most corroborating piece of information you have.
It corroborates, but it doesn't change those fundamental facts. So now
it's not true.
Well, so okay, so the FBI told us that this source was 14 years. This source was a paid source by the FBI. When we were trying to get the 1023, they told us, oh, this could jeopardize national security, the safety of this source. Didn't want to release it, and now they're saying, oh, he gave false information. The other thing, there's a story out today. Scott Brady, the U.S. attorney, did check the travel records of this confidential human source and found that he was at those places he said he was. So,
but your promotion of a bribery scheme was false.
Not at all.
Trump acolyte and House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan refusing to concede that Biden was not involved in a bribery scheme, despite the indictment against his own informant for lying. Republicans like Jordan hate President Biden so much they easily become useful idiots, handing Putin a big propaganda win. Thank you for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share. It really helps me grow this channel, and join me tomorrow for more.